Thermography SideView looks in real life. On the left side, you see the possibility to retract the sensor with a button. You as well see what is the current position of the sensor. There are some alarms according to the air filter or the pressure and the temperature of the sensor tip and the camera. If we have a look at the polylines, there are 6 polylines. They start with the polyline 0, horizontally the top, and then 1 and 2, the other 2 horizontals, and the vertical ones from left to right is number 3 to 5. If we have a look at the polylines themselves, then we sure see that in the polyline 2 there was a clear difference in the fuel properties indicated by the polylines. The vertical polylines show a clear change in flame diameter. Let me now talk about the benefits which came with this instrument for the plants. Before applying the SideView thermography, a sinter zone temperature decrease led to increased fuel input. If the ignition point moved away from the burner and secondary air changed, this is a sign that the sinter zone temperature signal is misled, and that it's not necessary to increase the fuel amount, which leads to energy savings. Depending on the general process, kiln and burner layout, the sintering process is very sensitive to flame changes. In some plants, very small changes in the flame diameter have radical effect to the clinker quality. Those plants report that changes on ignition point and thus movements of the sintering zone have been overrated. Changes in flame diameter have more impact on the product quality than changes of the flame ignition point. Without the SideView thermography, it was forbidden for operators to change the burner position, since this could lead to dangerous suction effect. With the new instrument, operators now have a clear view on the flame. In some plants, they are now allowed to regularly adjust the burner position as a very effective quality control actuator. And since nowadays the fuel mix becomes more and more decisive for the whole plant result, this fuel mix is bought according to its financial benefit. Process engineers using the installed system report that it makes it easier and faster to adjust the same flame after a fuel change and to reach a stable process condition much faster. Connecting the PiT indicator to the process control system, process variable can be shown in the polylines. Correlations of the ignition point, sintering zone temperature and secondary air temperature to lab values like Freelime, C3A, cubic and runic show a clear correlation between polylines and the lab values. The burning of the clinker takes place at different positions in the kiln. Therefore, the classic sintering zone parameter is only a small use in this kiln with a high rate of alternative fuels. But by correlating the process variables with the polylines, the process expert gets a clear indication of the influence from the flame on the clinker quality. This different recording over 7 hours shows clear correlations of the flame diameter, sintering zone temperature, and secondary air temperature to laboratory values Freelime, C3A cubic and C3A runic. Very small changes in the flame diameter or only on the top of the flame have radical effects on the clinker quality. The changes in flame diameter clearly correlate with the jumps in the purple line indicating the sulfurization degree. The PiT indicator SideView is not a dead-end solution but is upgradable to several other Powitec products for the cement industry. I will not show you all the products and all the results but want to focus on some typical upgrades. So one example I would like to show are the results of the PiT Navigator, which can achieve -6% fuel consumption, a secondary fuel rate at the main burner of over 80%, a 7% clinker production increase and 35% stability increase. These targets can be achieved all at the same time. So who uses this superior solution? Well, the global players and market leaders as well as the smaller family-owned cement producers. There are over 100 cement kilns worldwide equipped with the Powitec system, and customers like Holcim and Lafarge are distinguishing the product as the best available technology. Let me summarize why Powitec says that the PiT indicator SideView is a superior solution. You can increase the usage of alternative fuels, and you can see the impact of flame shapes on the quality. You can allow the operators to do burner adjustments from their visual impression to use the burner as a very effective quality actuator. Process experts can do a faster readjustment after fuel changes, and you can see the fuel impact on the clinker quality. The polylines clearly show the combustibility of alternative fuels, and with this instrument you can reduce your energy input. You can reduce your cyclone blockings, reduce the refractory wear, and as well prolong the lifetime of the burner tip.
If you now want to buy the PiT indicator, please contact us. You as well can receive much more information like articles, brochures and information about our intelligent products on www.powitec.de.